Hey boys and girls, welcome back to Fire Emblem Three Houses. In the last one, we lost Rodrigue. But in turn, Dimitri is no longer snapped. He's back to his old self. And he wants to atone by taking back the capital, Faerghus, instead of going straight to Enbar and maybe dying in the process. So with that, we'll start with Felix and Dimitri's final support.
I have a question for you. Answer quickly before my hand slips and I cut you in half.
Always so ominous. Well, what is it, Felix?
Yeah, what is it, Felix?
Sometimes you have an animal's face, contorted with anger and bloodlust. At other times, a man's with a friendly smile.
Okay.
Which is your true face?
No clue on that
Do
one.
not waste your breath on questions with such obvious answers. They are both the real me. My father, my friends, Glenn, they all meant a great deal to me. And they were all brutally slaughtered. I alone survived. If I do not shoulder the anguish and regret they must have felt, who will?
True.
So that's how you justify your atrocities.
What do you mean?
Yeah, what do you mean?
I will fulfill my duty to the late king. My old man used to say that over and over like a mantra. How nauseating. No one seems to understand. The dead won't acknowledge your loyalty. They don't care. What a load of bunk it is, pretending to serve a corpse.
Oof.
You're serving your own ego.
You are wrong.
Uh-oh.
No, I'm not. The dead are dead. The living are living. You have to respect that boundary. If you keep stringing gravestones around your neck, you'll snap.
True.
Even still, I cannot
He's
forget
already
them,
snapped
nor
before.
can I let them go.
Then keep those thoughts to yourself. If you're too weak to do that, abandon your throne. Become a gravekeeper.
Felix.
I'm not immune to emotion, you know. Far from it. I haven't gone a day without questioning why my father and brother had to die, while I survived. I'll bear this pain until the day I die, but I refuse to wallow in it. I have more important things to do than blubber for my whole life.
Oh, he's a complete opposite of Dimitri.
You know, Felix, you really are growing more and more like your brother. Always so sarcastic and constantly looking for a fight. But deep inside, more than anyone, you...
What are you getting at?
Yeah, what are you getting at, Dimitri?
Oh, it's nothing. But allow me to thank you. Your perspective has opened my eyes.
Not my intention. I couldn't stand the pathetic look on your face, that's all.
I see. If you say so, then we will leave it at that.
Okay. I guess we'll leave it at that then. Okay. You have a lot of supports left, Dimitri. Holy crap, you really do. Gilbert and Dimitri, I guess.
Gustav, it has been 8 years since I last called you by that name.
Your Highness, I must deeply apologize for leaving the kingdom without permission.
There is no need to explain, old friend. I can guess at your reasons. The tragedy of Duscur.
Yeah, that would make
You
sense.
felt responsible for that incident and sought respite in the goddess, abandoning your name, rank, and homeland in repentance. Am I right?
I have no excuses to offer. It was all I could think to do.
I always knew you for a pious man, and I figured that if you were to leave, this is where you would end up.
Obviously.
You have changed much. Your face does not have the same resolve it once did.
If I
It
may,
doesn't?
Your Highness, you have changed as well.
I
Obviously.
can't disagree.
It was my duty to protect His Majesty, your father. Naturally, that also included Lady Patricia and yourself as well.
My
You couldn't
father
save
and
any
mother
of
are
them.
gone. No amount of regret will bring them back.
My dreams are haunted by the thought that, had I arrived at Duscur more swiftly...
You saved my life at Duscur. I have only gratitude for you, no blame to speak of.
So he
I
did
wish
make
for you
it.
to
It's
remain
just
in the
that he didn't
kingdom,
make it
Gustav.
fast enough.
Even after this conflict is over. I need your strength to help rebuild the ravaged land that Faerghus has become.
Please,
I would hope you would
I
help.
beg your forgiveness, but there is no place left for me in that land.
You were just there.
Though much has
You were
changed,
just working
your
under
stubbornness
the
remains.
kingdom.
I have no desire to trouble you. If you do not wish to return, that is your choice to make. But I do advise you to at least visit the place of your birth, if only for your family's sake.
Yes, Your Highness. Thank you. I appreciate
I do hope
your
you
concern.
care about your family enough, Gilbert. Poor Annette here is crying.
Your Highness, I have a little favor to ask of you.
Of course. How may I be of assistance?
Well, I was hoping you could tell me about my father. I imagine he was a very different man at home than he was at work.
Obviously.
Ah, so you wish to hear about the Gustav that I knew. As you know, he was a knight who served the royal family since my grandfather's reign. To me, he was a teacher of martial arts and tactics.
That makes
He was
sense.
someone I
He
depended
doesn't
on
teach
since I was a
tactics
small
now,
child.
though.
But he was also a very stern and strict instructor.
That doesn't surprise me. He was much the same at home.
Huh.
He'd chide us if we made mistakes, whether it was with cooking or even how we spoke.
Really?
I feel like we can talk like this because of our time at the academy. But if you
That
saw me
makes-
speaking so casually to you, oh my goodness, he would probably faint.
Is that so?
He probably has already seen it.
Funny. I suppose in front of his family he felt the need to demonstrate proper etiquette.
It seems like one we could
Are you
have done
saying
in
that's
part
not how he
1.
was around you?
Even all these years later, there's something I recall with perfect clarity. It happened in the autumn of my 11th year.
What
Before the
happened?
break of dawn, he woke me suddenly. Said he'd heard a disturbance and had me grab my bow. Then he sent me and a fellow pupil loose on a dark mountain. Our only directive was to go catch a deer. As you well know, autumn in the capital is very cold. Now, imagine being up on the mountain at night with no idea what might jump out from the shadows. That, in a nutshell, is the Gustav I knew.
That's funny.
I can hardly imagine that. He was completely different with me.
That's pretty
I
funny,
recall
though.
one other defining detail. He used to speak of you at every possible opportunity.
Huh.
Really? What would he say about me?
And he doesn't do that
Are
anymore.
you sure you want to know? There's one story he used to tell from when you were very small.
No, stop! It's probably too embarrassing to bear. Is it?
Yeah, what is it?
Perhaps.
Look, I'll promise to forget the stories he told me about you if you return the favor. Deal?
Yes, that seems the only thing to do.
Okay.
It's a promise.
Okay. Makes sense, I guess. Alois and Dimitri.
Your Highness, missing the day's training? How unlike you.
I had
Yeah,
intended to train.
usually you
but
do
this
train.
rain is unrelenting.
Oh,
Yes, it's
oh
really
that's
coming
what
down
noise. I
out
was
there.
wondering what that
Makes
was.
it hard to go outside, I suppose. It's pouring so hard, I can't help but feel poorly.
Yes, quite.
Sorry, that one was pretty bad. I think this weather is putting a damper on my sense of humor.
At any rate, did you need me for something?
Ah, yes. You seem to have the time to spare, so would you help me organize our stock of weapons? You must know a thing or two about weapons, and I bet you're no slouch at physical labor.
Obviously, he's
Of
not.
course, I'd be happy to help. I was just hoping for a useful way to pass the time until the rain lets up.
I appreciate it. I don't know
You should
how
make
I'd
another
do it all
joke,
on
please,
my own.
Alois.
You know, it's great that you're willing to help with this kind of thing. Some nobles are so self-important. You're a real go-getter, Your Highness. Or should I say, your spryness?
Brightness. I don't understand that one. Yeah, you got me on that one, Alois.
Maybe that was disrespectful.
I'm not sure.
If he's going to lop off my head, he'd better go ahead and do it. I can't bear the silence. Listen, Your Highness, that joke, I didn't mean to...
That got him?
I just...
That actually got Dimitri.
oh my... I'm sorry, Alois.
Wait, you mean you actually found it funny?
That's
oh,
good.
Goodness, not at all.
Oh.
I see.
But when a joke is unfunny to a certain degree, it somehow comes full circle into hilarity.
That's not exactly what I was going for.
Oof.
Still, I don't think I've ever seen you laugh so loudly.
It's true. Laughter is not one of my strong suits. I actually can't recall the last time I laughed like that. Eloise, perhaps you should focus your efforts on honing this comedic talent of yours.
Yeah, you should try that.
This talent.
You might be able to do
Is
it.
that your way of saying I'm no good at telling jokes?
My apologies. I should refrain from commenting on the quality of your jokes. What's important is that they bring joy, right?
True.
That does it. Next time I make you laugh, I'm gonna make you admit it was a good quality joke. Now, if you'll excuse me, I'm going to cook up some top-notch rib ticklers.
The first two were funny, though.
Eloise, what about
I didn't
organizing
understand the
weapons?
last one, though.
Oh, he's gone, isn't he?
Yeah, he's gone. You ain't hearing it from him until he's gotten a good joke for you. Sorry, Dimitri. Ingrid and Dimitri. B+
Your Highness?
support.
I've come to apologize.
About what?
I mismanaged my feelings and got carried away.
I
I've been
don't
thinking
remember
about
what you
might
got
have
mad
made
at.
you say the things you did. I was so caught up
Oh,
in the
about
moment
Glenn.
and in my own feelings that I didn't think of what yours might be.
No, I should be the one to apologize. I did not intend to say such things. I lashed out like a child. You were right to rebuke me. I am disgusted by my own inability to express myself. Will you allow me to explain?
Of course.
Well, yeah, what are you going to
At
talk
the
about?
tragedy of Dusker, I saw countless corpses. Of course, I saw his, too. Glenn's. Ingrid, I doubt you would have been able to see him. They were unable to bring his body back, after all.
What
He
happened?
must have died an agonizing death, full of pain and regret. That is what I saw in his face.
Would he die of, like, burning to death or something?
In that wasteland, there were no beautiful, proud deaths that could have been written about in heroic tales. Not one. I do not want you to die a death like that. Not even for the sake of loyalty or duty.
A king
Okay.
must at times order his soldiers and knights to fight and die on his behalf. Their lives must be used for the greater good. And this is something any good king understands innately.
I guess.
Any king who doesn't allow people to die on his behalf is too soft to rule well.
You leave me little room for argument. Have I disappointed you?
I would hope not.
No, I chose to serve you because of how you are. As your knight, I will stand by your side and uphold your soft-hearted ideals.
What has changed, Ingrid? You were so obstinate the other day.
I've realized that I haven't been facing a very important truth.
What's that?
Because of you, I can finally move on. Thank you.
What is that, Ingrid? I actually am wondering what that truth was. About the way Glenn died, or... No clue on that. Flying Dimitri, B support.
Why are you out and about so late, Dimitri?
He's smelling out some
hello, Flame.
Edelgards.
I could ask you the same thing.
Me? I was feeling restless and came here to think.
I see. I'm here for the same reason.
Oh, really?
How funny. But, are you feeling well? You look fairly pale.
It's nothing. I just have a bit of a headache.
Okay.
My. Headaches are quite troublesome, are they not? I am sure it will subside soon.
Hopefully, yeah.
Actually, I am quite talented when it comes to healing magic. If you will allow me, I will have you feeling better in no time.
Can you really get rid
That's
of
kind
a
of you, but
headache
fine.
with healing magic?
But why not? Have I offended you somehow?
It's not that kind of headache, is it?
This headache
Yeah.
is something I've dealt with for a while now. Ever since my family
It's
and friends
depression,
were
not a
murdered
headache.
before my eyes. I must never forget that day. I must never allow their deaths to be forgotten. I feel this headache is a reminder of sorts. Of those I failed to protect. And of their murderers who still roam free.
I see. That would explain your somber demeanor.
Yeah.
Still, I do not agree with all you are saying. I feel that if I were your father or any of your dear friends whom you lost,
Okay.
I would want you to let go of me eventually. I would never want someone whom I care deeply for to be pained by the loss of me for eternity. And I doubt they would want that either.
Yeah, true.
Perhaps. Unfortunately, they have left this world, so I can no longer ask their preference.
We
True.
cannot ask them directly, but we can imagine how they might have felt. You know who they were as people.
True.
As for me, if I am ever to be but a memory in your future, I want you to remember me in a way that brings you joy. I would want you to smile when you recalled me, to feel warmed by the notion that I cherished your company.
Aw.
I cannot imagine I am the only one who feels this way. Surely, anyone who loved another would wish only for their peace and happiness.
True. True. Very true.
I must apologize. I was out of line, clearly. I must get some rest now. Please do not stay up too late yourself.
Yeah, Dimitri.
Night, Flame.
Get some sleep.
And thank you.
And also, see, Flame, you get some sleep as well. But Dimitri needs it more. He needs to try and remember his friends. Flame... Or not
Marianne?
Flame. Dimitri and Marianne.
Oh,
May I sit
I
here?
did not mean to
There
skip
isn't
by that.
another open spot.
you may.
Okay. It's kind of weird that they have
I'm
supports
sorry.
together.
I should have eaten in my quarters. I know you asked me to stay away from you.
No, it's fine.
Oh, you actually don't
About
mind?
the other day, when you said you didn't regret risking your own life.
I apologize for whatever foolish thing I said to upset you, truly. But may I ask what happened?
Come on,
It's
Marianne,
just-
tell her. Tell him.
There is only misfortune for anyone who comes near me.
Misfortune?
Come on, tell him.
I'm afraid so.
Tell him about the beast crest.
Especially those with complete disregard for their own safety.
Ah, so I didn't offend you. You're trying to tell me I should be more concerned for my own safety. Well, I suppose I could improve in that regard. As for you causing misfortune, I think that's far from the truth. In fact, I find you to be a lucky charm of sorts.
Me? Lucky? I'm sorry, but I don't agree with that at all. My entire life up until this point has been nothing but a string of unfortunate events.
But you went to the Officers Academy,
But
though.
misfortune finds us all.
That sure
Perhaps
has to
those
be a good
around you
one.
have suffered or even perished. But look at you. You're still here, alive and well.
That's...
What is it, Marianne?
It doesn't feel good, does it? To be the one left behind? You feel guilt for not dying along with the others.
How did you know?
You and I are the same.
True.
Maybe you should fear being cursed with misfortune for coming near me.
These two are like the perfect
A
support then.
smile and a laugh. Coming from you, that's a rarity. This must be my lucky day.
I just find the idea amusing. It's strange to think that someone like you could have anything in common with me.
Is it so terrible a thought?
No, it's not that. It actually makes me happy.
Aw.
As though there's finally someone who understands how I truly feel.
Aw. That was cute. That's a good one. I want to see their final support for sure. Definitely need to see that. Mercedes and Dimitri.
Mercedes,
B
I'm
minus
sorry to
support,
ask
I
this
guess
of
you
you,
could
but
call it.
will you lend me a hand?
What can I do for you? Oh, is the cuff of your overcoat still torn? Mending that shouldn't be a problem at all.
Probably.
It's pathetic, I know,
Yep,
but
it
I
was.
fear my sewing skills are... Well, as you can see, they're just about non-existent.
Goodness, you must have been concerned when I tore your cuff.
Ah, well,
That's what it seems
that
like,
is to
yes.
say... Would you please teach me to sew?
What?
I hear you're
He
rather
wants to
amazing
learn
at
how to
it.
sew?
Of course I'll teach
How
you.
does he not know how to sew? Look at his armor.
You will?
Or his little cape
Thank
there. I'm
you.
pretty sure he didn't
I owe you for
make...
this.
I'm pretty sure
I'll
he
go get
made
my
that
sewing kit. You
out
wait
of some
here.
kind of beast that he slain.
I'm
and then
so
sewed it
sorry,
together.
Dimitri. I've never
Unless someone
seen-
else said that for him, or it's his father's.
Well, just a bit.
No need to dance around the issue. You're fed up with my clumsy efforts, aren't you?
I thought you might end up bending some needles if you tried mending this on your own, but how did you manage to break a pair of scissors?
I'm so sorry, really. I try to be careful, but with delicate work like this, I just can't seem to manage.
Aw.
There's no need to apologize, but you must have been uncomfortable making your way here with this tear.
My inability to control my own strength is humiliating. Of course I'm useless at needlework.
Aw.
No giving up on
You
yourself.
can teach yourself.
You just have to practice, that's all. No matter how difficult something is, if you keep at it and don't give up, then you're sure to improve. Isn't that what you told me?
True, he did say that to her.
To give in to despair isn't like me. Thank you for the reminder.
To give in to despair
Okay.
isn't like me?
I'm ready
What?
to give it another go.
Yeah, right, you
Great.
did.
I'm glad to hear
Well, I'm
it.
pretty sure this is
First things
beforehand.
first, let's make sure the needle is actually threaded this time.
This is one that could have taken part before
No.
part 1.
I
Or
meant
before part 2, I
another
mean.
one.
Okay. Oh, we got the Gilbert's final support. So I'm gonna move a little bit upwards. There we go. Now let's do Gilbert's.
Even this town, which was a ruin, has begun to recover its energy.
Okay.
However,
Seems like
acquiring
it.
supplies is still difficult. The people living here are struggling too. This conflict must be brought to an end soon.
Yeah, it does need to. Let's end it ourselves.
I agree. We must seize victory with our own hands. Still,
I would hope so,
wonder what path my
'cause
life
we could
should
still do
follow
that.
once we achieve our goals.
Aren't you going back to your family?
That has been my intent. But surely my daughter Annette must have her own path to follow.
True,
Perhaps
she
she'll
might
be
have a different
happier if
path.
Our paths diverged.
Aw.
Of course, if she desires it, I will gladly return. But if she does not, I wonder if I should ask my wife to join me here, to live out our days together at the monastery. That would
Maybe.
not be so bad a choice either.
It doesn't sound too bad.
Perhaps
You
it is
should
the
bring her.
fault of last night's drink that I am indulging in such dreams of the future today.
This isn't like you. It's important to think about the future.
Yes, I've learned there is strength in focusing clearly on tomorrow and allowing yesterday to be done.
Who's that? Who just ran up on us?
Hey, it's the old fishing guy. Hi there.
Old fishing guy.
A short time ago, I instructed these children in the art of fishing.
Thanks to you, we caught a really, really big fish in the river nearby.
Is that right? Be sure you share it with your families now.
We will.
Okay. Yeah, go do that. What happened to not smiling?
I did say something about that once, didn't I?
Yeah, you did.
I even told you to forget you ever saw me smile.
Yeah, you did.
Now, I would not ask that of you. Your words from when last we spoke have stayed with me.
What did you look like when you smiled? Oh yeah, you did smile. I didn't even notice.
They bring to mind the king I first served. He told me not to dwell upon the dead.
That's what you should probably tell
The
Dimitri.
dead are dead, and those who live are
But
not
I don't
bound
think
by them.
he's
I
still gonna
intend
think
to
about
live
them,
my
but
own life
it's not
from
gonna
now on.
completely take him over. That's a fine smile.
You have a fine smile as well. One that I could never have imagined when we first met. No matter how our titles or positions change,
Violet did not like
I hope you will always
smiling
remain yourself,
before, or
Professor.
talking, for instance. He did not like to talk. He was always quiet, and he seemed like the only time he would talk is if provoked. So, Sedith and Bernadetta's final for
Excuse
C
me.
plus support.
Yes? What is it?
I'm really sorry about what I said. I shouldn't have called you scary, even if, you are.
Big scary Sedith.
I said it again. I'm sorry.
It is nothing
I
I
think
haven't heard
Sedith
before.
is scary. Look
I
at
am
him.
well aware of my austere
He's
nature,
not even scary looking.
and I am accustomed to the commentary it brings.
I do confess, however, that I was slightly hurt to see you flee from me in such abject terror.
Don't be sad. I'll never do it again. I promise. But, I've been wondering.
What you been wondering?
Are you really writing a farewell letter?
Ah, that. No, actually. I was composing a fable centered around Saint Indec.
Oh, you're
I didn't
writing
know you wrote
fables.
But
Really?
What's it about?
You and Ash
Saint
would be
Indec,
perfect
one of the
together,
four saints.
just talking to each other.
He was an extraordinarily shy person. It is said that he spent most of his life in solitude,
Huh.
unable to open his heart to anyone.
That sounds like Bernadetta.
I like him already.
Obviously.
He was, after all, a man who hid himself away at the bottom of a lake.
Oh.
What's that about a lake?
Nothing. Now, something else to know about Saint Indec is that he had incredible skill with his hands. And that skill made him beloved by the people because he constantly applied it to their benefit. The moral of the story
Was he making
is that
stuff?
shortcomings can be made up for with talent and kindness.
I like it. But I don't have any talents like that.
Yeah, you do.
I can't even imagine
You work
being
with your
that
hands all the
helpful to
time
people.
for embroidery and
Indec must have been really
sewing.
gifted.
Don't be so quick to dismiss your abilities. You and he are actually alike in more ways than one. You possess Indec's crest, after all, do you not?
Really?
Yes, I do. You really think we're alike?
Yeah.
Now I want to know all about him.
Yeah, I'm guessing they both like sewing then.
When it's done.
That's what that...
Absolutely.
How he said
Indec's
that then.
example is something that we can all learn from.
Thanks
That
so
is
much.
true.
I'm excited
Example
to see
is
it.
a way to learn things. So is that the final support for now? Yes it is. And now we can get Gilbert's as support. And then we got Bernie's still. So we got 3 of them now. Cool. So we maxed out supports with 3 people now. That's good. Him as his original Lord class is kind of funny. Just gonna say that now. I wonder, what do you look like as a mortal savant with, Ooh, it did change a little bit. That's cool. You do not work like that. Holy Knight, you probably look cool as a Dark Knight, though. Yeah, that works with you. How about Wyvern Lord? Nah. I think keeping him as a Great Lord is probably the best one, because just look at the armor on him. Jeez, that's cool. Okay. I think we can head out then. Explore a little bit before the end of this episode, so get a little bit of things done, taking care of business. Looking for those willing to assist in keeping traveling merchants safe. Okay. Dealing with deserters. Okay. Needed beautiful flowers of any type or size will do. Gilbert has all of them, so let's go see what Gilbert wants then, I guess. Gilbert and Alois are talking.
I think.
Huh.
I am very grateful to you. I could never have achieved this on my own. This is all thanks to you and Lord Rodrigue.
No problem.
This month, we will invade Faerghus by way of the Fraldarius domain. Leave the negotiations with House Fraldarius to me. You make ready for the actual battle.
Okay.
It's a tricky business, but we are taking our first steps forward.
Yes, we are. View quest. Supply
I
run.
have a request. I have
And
a
a flower
request.
tribute. This is demand for flowers, but we have not yet gathered enough. Would you lend us a hand, Professor? It is possible I would ask for the most beautiful flowers you can find. Okay. Here you go.
Thank you very much.
Can I give you the flowers?
This month, leave the negotiations. It's a tricky business.
Find some flowers. Oh, they're over by the greenhouse. Okay. I'm surprised I had the supply run done. What did I do that finished it? Harvest. A rank, please. Oh, I'm so close. That's just evil then. Use that.
Maybe.
There we go. Was that the only one? Seems like it. Let's see. Hey, Gilbert.
I think this month we will invade Ferde.
You already told me that. How do I give it to you? The Gladiolus.
Thank you.
No problem.
Thank you very much.
There we go. Cool. Okay, so that one's done. Then we just have Petra here. Okay, I think that's everything we needed done. How many... Okay, it looks like I could still do those at the end of the month. Okay. I think that will be what we'll do then. So, we're going to actually end this one off earlier. The reason is because there's really nothing to really watch. You can watch me walk around and train people, but I don't think there's anything special that's going to happen if I walk around. So, we're going to end this one off here. And I will see you all in the next one. And in the next one, we'll be doing Retribution. And we'll also be doing Legend of the Lake. Unless another one pops up on the first battle that I'll do on the 10th. To train up a little bit. And if nothing pops up until then we'll obviously be doing Retribution and Legend of the Lake. So, thank you all for watching. Have a wonderful rest of your day. And keep being spooky. And have a wonderful rest of your day. Peace out. Looks like we're at the end of class. I want to thank you for showing up today. Please hit the bell and subscribe. If you liked anything you saw today, thank you. And see you all tomorrow. Peace out.